What's up, guys? I'm Frosty the Sandwich. Welcome back to Marvel Rivals. I managed to make it back into Grandmaster, and I've been using Namor a lot to do that this season. I think he was good last season, but I think he's even stronger this season, especially with some of the bans that I've been seeing occur. I'm hoping they change a little bit because I don't really agree with what I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing a lot of Storm and Wolverine get banned, and I think we should really be prioritizing banning support characters right now, especially with the 3 support meta that I've been seeing. I think you should really value banning Luna, Invisible Woman, Mantis, Cloak and Dagger, Loki. Any of those, I think, are valid bans. In fact, I try and ban out Invisible Woman here because I think she's really strong. I wouldn't prioritize Invisible Woman over Luna, but if you want to play Namor, you want Luna to get through. And I think Invisible Woman's incredibly strong. I think she's probably second only to Luna right now in terms of support. Her healing in her ultimate is game changing and can easily win you a team fight and therefore the game. So I would try and ban her if I could. Here we have Storm, Magic, and Wolverine, and I love seeing Magic get some love there in the ban pool. People thinking she's really strong, but again, I would not prioritize her over Hela or Hawkeye. I think both of those would dominate matches a lot more, and I would expect to see the bans change as I rank up and get higher up into Grandmaster. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know Storm's really strong. I might still see her. Wolverine's kind of odd. I know he's a tank buster, but I just haven't seen enough good ones to really warrant that. I've seen plenty good Hela and Hawkeye players. They're a dime a dozen. But yeah, we're pushing out on this point. I showed a lot of this map at this point, and you guys know me. I love going left here. And if you can get up on some high ground and set up your turrets, it's really good on Namor. One thing to know, again, if you're not a Namor player, is his alternate fire will direct the squids at whatever octopi. Jeez. His turrets will attack whatever you hit your alternate fire with. So if you need some extra damage, definitely utilize that. Here, I believe I was kissing my wife goodbye. She is the breadwinner in this family. I just play video games now, which I quite enjoy. But yeah, you gotta kiss your wife goodbye. Be a good husband. But yeah, really easy push into that point there. Just go left, take the high ground, and set up your turrets, and you'll become very hard to deal with. And if the enemy team doesn't focus you, they die. If they do focus you, the rest of your team can come in. And that's a lot of what I'm doing here is usually either sticking with the main body of my team or pushing a little further ahead and just setting up turrets to make it really hard for the enemy team to push into our line of sight. I think there are 2 main ways that you really want to play Namor. The first one, and the primary way, like the primary reason you pick Namor is to counter dive, and basically play around your Luna. And they didn't really have a huge amount of dive here, so that's not the way we were playing. We were more playing aggressive and pushed up. But a lot of the times as Namor, you just want to play around your support characters, especially your Luna. Both of you combined can do some dirty things together. But here, we don't really need to worry about that, so we can just keep being aggressive. We're just going to keep throwing our turrets in their line of sight, keep making them have to deal with our turrets and ourselves at the same time, and stay pushed up so they can't come touch the cart, essentially. One thing to note about the turrets is that they do, number one, the attack speed increases whenever you get headshots. You have no fall off, by the way, on your damage, so you should honestly, you have infinite ammo, so you should just always be chucking spears downrange, which is what you see me doing here. But yeah, your turrets do have damage fall off, so you want to put them as close to the enemy as possible to maximize damage, and that's why you'll usually see me either throwing them downrange at the enemy or up in high places that just make it difficult for the enemy team to deal with and split their attention. I think he's really good at, like, if you want to hold a team back, you can kind of put your octopi around the door frame so that whenever they try and actually walk through the door, they just get pelted by your squid and they have to look directly up to deal with them. And that just makes it very awkward to push through, because if they look directly up, they're not dealing with you. So they basically have to make the decision of what to do there, and usually it's just too much for people to deal with and they crumble. But yeah, you can do a lot of really cool things with him to dominate space. This character is all about just dominating space by basically forcing your opponents to have to deal with your squid, your NPCs essentially. And the reason Luna is so strong is you just get an extra one. You can put 2 down at the same time, and it's even stronger than the other 2. It deals more damage over time, and it does get an attack speed increase when you get headshots with Namor, and you can also focus fire with your alternate fire. It does not get a cooldown reduction, however, when you land auto attacks. His regular turrets do get a cooldown reduction every time you land a harpoon, and that doesn't need to be a headshot. That can just be on the body anywhere. And another thing about his escape ability is, it's not only is it 3 seconds of invulnerability, you cannot take damage while you're in it, but you can be healed by your team. And that was a good showcase of it there. We got low, we went up in the bubble, and a lot of healers know when they see you in that bubble to just heal you. So if you're pushed up a little bit and you need some healing, it'll pop you up in the air, so it'll make you super visible to your healers and get you some much needed healing. And the other thing you can do with it is you can actually block enemy ultimates, Magneto, Iron Man, Hela even, although you can't block the full duration of Hela's, but you can absolutely use it to block some ultimates. I don't think I get any this game, but you should always be looking to deny ultimates if you can with him, because it's a really being able to burn a non-ultimate cooldown to block an ultimate cooldown is always valuable. So always look for those. Here on defense, we're going to sit up on the building. I love take high ground with Namor and set your turrets up and just become a nuisance to deal with. And I believe I don't think they capture the first point here, and it's because we're just up here on this building constantly harassing. Even if they push in, we're not going to drop down. We're not going to give them easy sight on us. We're still gonna stay up here and harass that back line. Punisher is not invulnerable in that turret. If you see him get up like that, shoot him. You can hit him on the back of the turret and kill him off the back of it without needing to kill the turret, as you saw there. And we didn't need to come down and meet up with our team. We could play split up on this rooftop and still easily win that fight there. We don't need to go down and drop down. And one of the core reasons I stay up here so much is because of what that Venom just did. This is basically the key for them to win. The point is they really should have been pushing around on the right side a lot more than they did here. And he did try and push up to us a little bit, but the rest of his team isn't with him, so we're fine. We come right back up. One thing I haven't really talked about yet is Namor does have a passive where he is basically like Hela's passive, where he can kind of glide in the air. And I used it a little bit there on the jump pad, but you can also use it descending off the building too to just make it give yourself a little bit more time before you drop down on level playing field with the enemy. Get a little more shots out, make it a little harder for you to hit. And jump pads are also your friend as this character. I really like hanging out around jump pads as Namor and utilizing that float mechanic to just basically stay up in the air, make it a little harder for me to hit. But yeah, there's not a whole lot you're gonna see different here, because we hold this fort down, and again, even though they've destroyed part of the building now, they should have tried to destroy more of it. You can destroy that entire building if you want to, and they really should have just made it rubble because of how effective I was being up there. But we do finally come down, mainly because we just don't have line of sight, so we're not bringing any utility to our team other than hunting down this Psylocke. Here, another use case for his, just how quickly you can go up vertically on this character with his shift ability. That's why, and that's another reason why I think he's really strong around this building is you can instantly, you don't really need the jump pad. If your shift is up, you can instantly get back up there if you really need to. And most characters can't. So you just immediately broke line of sight and you can chill up there and maybe get back to your team and get some healing if you need to reset, or just keep dealing damage down on top of them from a superior position. Again, this character is really good at dominating space, and if there's a good position on a map, you should chill around that position and set your squid up for success. Squid, octopus, I'm sorry. I'm never going to consistently call them anything. The turrets. Yeah, set your turrets up in hard to deal with positions, split away from the enemy team so they can't just spam into your team and deal with them. They have to have split focus. I think he's very good at setting up defensive positions like this. If they do go dive though, I strongly suggest backing up here, and I would play a little more passive inside my team. I would basically just play on top of my healers. That is Namor. Hopefully you learned something by watching this. I think he's a really strong character. So if you're looking to rank up, definitely try him out. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this VOD review, I already have a bunch of other VOD reviews up for other characters, and I'm gonna keep making more. So please hit that subscribe button, like, comment. It all of it really helps me out. If you didn't like it, let me know. Let me know in the comments what I could be doing better. I'm always looking to improve, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Till next time, stay frosty.